Hello everyone, this is Royal Lavender with Neopets.com, and today I'm going to do a little meet and greet with my Neopets, give you some little pet lore to them, how they got started, what they were before, what they got turned into. As you can see, I have three pets displayed for you right here with the Christmas background or the Xmas background, and we're going to start off with Royal Banana Split. Royal Banana Split is my first OG pet on this account. He was originally a blue Mincy, and I was originally going to name him, or not name him, but paint him the royal paintbrush color. But then I saw the design for it, and I was like, oh, that's kind of fucking ugly. So then I just went ahead and came up with my own royal design for him. And yes, we do have matching names. A lot of my pets on here are Permies. This is just basically me bragging about my Neopets and showing them off to the world and being like, hey, look at how much I love my Neopets and all the work I put into them. Because it astounds me with how much work, excuse me, how much work and points went into just this little Mincy right here and how much, effort it took for me to get him to be this way. He is the bread and butter of this entire account. He is my literal life source. If I lost him, I'd totally lose it. I would never play Neopets ever again if I ever lost him. So there is Royal Banana Split, and he has a pet named Floofles. I just went with the purple matching colors for him. So there is Royal Banana Split. I love him. He's the best. This is asparagus buns. That's literally what his name translates to. I looked it up. He was a pound find, a very recent pound find, but I have plans to turn him into a mutant mohawk. And, I gave him a pet, a Satvari the Stargus. It fits, it's perfect, but, even though I'm turning him into a mutant mohawk, I'm going to be getting another Halloween Lupe just because even though he's going to be, what's it called? Transformed into something else, his design just grew on me a lot. I love it. I love the Halloween loop and it kind of sucks, but it doesn't because I have another Halloween pet and I don't like having two of the same color pets. That's just one of my own rules. And with that rule, I'm kind of pushing it by allowing myself two mutants. So I kind of don't want to have two Halloween themed pets, but honestly, I kind of don't care. I love the Halloween loop. It's such a good design. It's such a good boy design. I love him. Look at it. I mean, it's gonna make me sad when I have to change him to a mohawk, but at the same time, I love the mutant mohawk too. So it's gonna work out. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I also have a custom planned for a Halloween loop too in the future, so it's fine. Everything's fine. Next up is Cupid. I originally didn't have any interest in getting an Ixie, but then I saw a Christmas Ixie stuck in the pound. I went to go get it, because I fell in love with how it looked and everything. I don't think I ever saw a Christmas Ixie before, so when I saw what one looked like, it was love at first sight. I had to have one. And when I went to go pick it up from the pound, it was gone, obviously. So then what I ended up doing was when I was broke, like Neopets, Neopets broke, I ended up saving like 68k points and spending it to buy a Christmas paintbrush. So this was 100% me just savoring every little Neo point just for this little guy. I love him so much. He's obviously in my Christmas. He's in his element. He's gonna be in his elements like shortly coming up here. I might make him my active pet for the month of December, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to just because I love Banana Split so much. But he has an abominable snowball or an abominable snowball. I can't talk. But his name is Frosty. He's a sweet little lad. He's just a very festive lad. I love him. I love how he looks. I love the little garland I made for him. He's just so sweet. just changing it to the three other pets. Next up, we have Taluna. I just got her like a few days ago, like 2 or 3 days ago. She's my baby Tonu, and I wanted a Tonu, but I didn't know what color to make it. But then I saw the baby one, and I was like, oh, this is the perfect color for a Tonu. This is just the perfect color. This is the ultimate color for a Tonu. How I had to get her though, like it was kind of tedious because I was just impatient, but thankfully I had some Neo points to spare. I ended up buying a morphing potion, and then I bought a baby paintbrush from the Hidden Tower, and I bought the items and everything for her, and that's how I got her. It's just she's so adorable. Oh, I love her. If there was a plush of her, I'd buy it. I'd buy a marketable plushie of her. Her pet is Bobbity the Baba, just because I liked how the name sounded, and I figured a Baba fits perfectly with a pet with a this type of Neopet. This is Pyara Mia. Pyar is the word for love in India, so I was kind of stoked that I got that. She was originally a pirate croc, which I got from a pirate croc plushie. But then I've had so many pirate pets, and I can't stand. I've had so many pirate pets, I can't stand them anymore. But I love how accessible they are. Um, but as soon as I got her, I immediately painted her to something else. After I was done, I was over pirates completely. I mean, they're cool and all, but just I'm fed up of looking at them. I don't want to see them ever again. Not true, but you know what I mean. Anyways, she's like my witch, croc, basically. She spends most of her money in scented candles, which is why she has the candles there. She has a little shit of a minion for a pet. It's Trixie the Globalol, which I won for doing my dailies. And he's just like that little sneaky, like, you know how in the 90s they had like those little, like, laughing ass minions that didn't do anything and were super incompetent, but then talked all this shit to people all the time? That's her. But like that's her pet, and she just has to be stuck constantly cleaning up after his mess all the fucking time. That is their dynamic, and I love it. I love it so much. And the Slorg, the little handheld Slorg plushie was supposed to be like her familiar, I think, trapped in a Slorg plush thing. And sorry, my screen almost faded out. But her Slorg was supposed to be her little familiar trapped in a plushie of a Slorg, and she's trying to get it taken out and, revamp him, reincarnate him into something else. So that is her little goal. I actually have to work on their pet pages, or their pet pages. Fuck, I can't talk. This isn't scripted, by the way, if you can't already tell. I just wanted to do this video because I've been wanting to do this video. Never have time to sit down and do it. But on top of that to-do list of doing this video, I have to work on their pet pages soon. So that way, if you miss this video, you can actually read their pet pages. Moving on. Thank you, Piaramia. You're astounding and wonderful, and we all love you. Thank you. This is Mumafu. This is my Shroom Chia. How I got this one was I had a bunch of leftover Neocash from a while ago. Decided to spend the rest of it on a fairy fortune cookie, and I ended up getting a fountain fairy quest from it. And I decided to make this one a Chia shroom, basically. I'm not telling you what plans I have in store for this pet's custom, just because if this video does take off, I kind of want people to come back and obviously I want people to come back and keep watching videos. So some of these pets, I'm going to tell you what the plan is for them, and then some of them are just going to be my little secret. And if you come back and you see them in the next video, you'll find out. Fuck around with my channel, you'll find out. But yeah, her name's Mumafu. I think it's a very nice, neutral name. It can work for any species, so I'm very satisfied with the name. I gave them a little Carmariller pet just because the pet design or the custom I have in mind matches the color palette, so I'm excited for that. Next three pets. This is Crimwort. I was so happy because sorry, in the Pound Chat forums, somebody ended up dropping off a custard Norbu in the Pound Chat, and I saw the name. I was like, I'm gonna take it. This is perfect. I love the name. It's exactly the chaotic mess that I have in mind. It's a hot, blessed mess. I love it. And of course, she had to be my MS Poogle. And I love how naturally chaotic she is because this little shit the other day, when November hit and we all got our free monthlies, and the pets picked out what type of food they wanted to eat, this little shit picked a dung cake. And what I usually do when my pets pick out their food for the month, I feed them the food that they picked. I don't know, I'm just fucking odd like that. I sentimental, whatever. But I was going to feed her her dung cake that she had picked out herself, and this little shit refused to eat it and made a big fit about eating it. Didn't eat it. Made somebody like I discarded it because I was like, I know nobody else is gonna eat this. Gave her someone else's food, and then I had to buy that missing pet their food because this little shit picked something she knew she didn't like and just wanted to cause problems on purpose. Now let's get to her pet, which is the complete opposite of her. This is Beanie Baby the Angel Puss. I didn't pick the name. The original owner picked the name. Obviously, they are very. The original owner is very talented with names. I love them for that. I do have a Devil Puss that I could give Crimwort, but honestly, I like how contrasting they are. She's a little shit, and then her Beanie Baby's just kind of like trying to be the angel on her shoulder, like, no, don't do this, don't do that. And then there's fucking Crimwort, like, you can't tell me what to do. Little minions go attack her. I mean, they don't actually attack her, but. And if you're wondering why she's all snug as a bug in a rug, basically, she just sat there, called off of work for the third time this week, and is now door dashed like 20 boxes of chicken nuggets to her house. That is what she's all excited about and snug about. I'm so happy with her, and I'm so like content with this MS Poogle. I love it. It's one of the best MS Poogles on the website. Next up is Moon Sparkle. This is before, like, when I got Moon Sparkle, it was during the Fairy Fest this year, and it was between Darrigan and a Kugra, or not, a Darrigan and a Candy Kugra, sorry. It was between those two colors that I wanted to paint him, and this was before I got Crimwort or asparagus buns. And so I went with Darrigan because I was like, oh, this would be my first ever UC pet if they ever decide to bring back UCs in December. And I just made him like this, this cougar who thinks he's too cool for this. He is it. He's that arrogant. He's such a jerk, but in a charming way. He knows he's the shit. You can't tell him otherwise. And then for him to have this little ghost goople as his pet, his little like this goopy is kind of like his little hype man. It's so dorky, but he keeps him around because he creates the hype. He is the hype, and it's good for business. Anyways, that's Moon Sparkle. He also has a phone. He never answers that fucking phone, by the way. He'll say, "Oh yeah, just call me or text me," and then never answers. He's just that busy. He just has that much going on that he can't be bothered to call you back. So don't call him. He's not going to call back. This is Coco Latte, and if you can already tell, or if you can't already tell, I have custom plans to make her into a chocolate pet. She was a pound find, or yeah, she was a pound find that somebody posted in the forums. Nobody grabbed her. I kind of just snatched her up as soon as I saw her because I just had the best idea in mind for the chocolate pet. I thankfully, like all of my future customs, I have all the items for and everything. So I just need to get the pets is the thing. And so I don't know whether to use the species change perk to get her into the chocolate pet I want next year, or if I should do somebody else who I had planned and already in mind. But yeah, her pet is Fudgy the Sludgy. It's, it's kind of basic, but whatever. I'm just so excited to show you guys this chocolate custom when I finally get to it because it's going to be so amazing. Like, I to give you a hint, I'm having it wear a fancy Psy Bunny mask. It's gonna be one of those chocolate pets, those sophisticated chocolate pets. But for now, she's just a simple, humble little blueberry chia. Next three. So this is Cleverelle. She is my mutant mohawk, but I was thinking of using the species change perk to change her into a Kachik since that was what her name was based off of. And everyone's a fucking liar. Because every time I went to go look for a Kachik transmorgification potion, because they said, oh, that's the cheapest. It's not the cheapest. It's not the cheapest. The Mohawk is the cheapest. Everyone's lying to you when they say the Kachik one is the cheapest, and I'm so upset. I'm upset, but I'm not because when I first got this mutant mohawk, I loved how it looked. I love how soft it looked. It looks like a literal pillow. It's so cozy looking and wholesome and perfect. But then I was kind of bummed because it's like now I have to wait to get my Kachik. And that like the whole name and everything is based off of a mutant Kachik. I actually just got this one to Ultimate Genius, which is why my Neo points are kind of depleted in the corner there because I just got her to Ultimate Genius tonight in preparation for when I do turn her into a Kachik. Because she's going to be a very smart lass. She's not going to be uneducated, not in this house. And she's going to have a Choo Choo, the mutant Chihuna. She's got her scholarship money. She's got her books. She knows what's up. Just like you're going to know that she knows what's up. Next pet. Oh, there we go. This is Guntu. When I first created this account, I actually found them through the Lost and Pound when that site was up and working. Sorry, excuse me. But they're my Rainbow Jetsam. They're my pride pet. They're very into astrology and like the whole astrology rituals, so that's why she has like her little voodoo stick, I think is what it's called, and the little bones. She cannot fucking stand Tauruses. It's just that I can't even keep a straight face saying that. She can't stand Tauruses, and that's just a Scorpio thing, you know? She can't stand Tauruses and she doesn't have to give you a reason. I mean, no Scorpio should ever give anybody a reason for anything. Anyways, she has a Krabby for a little pet just because it's a shrimp and a shark and it's obviously the best pairing. But yeah, that's my little pride pet. You know, don't fuck with her or else you'll become part of her rituals for her astrology obsession. This is Eladine, my beloved. She is my Wraith Drake. When I first got her, I actually won a Drake morphing potion from the Anchor Management Daily, and I had no clue what to do with it for the longest time, so I put it in my safety deposit box until I looked it up one day for shits and giggles, saw what Drakes looked like, had to use it immediately after, had a pirate one for the longest time. Then Fairy Fest came. I ended up being able to customize it and do a little bit of cross painting there because you could see the pirate earring. I made her an artist because having a wraith artist pet fucking rage out of her mind when she's drawing on the wrong layer for 2 hours is just such a visual to me. And I gave her a Barlow for a pet, you know, a little chonky boy to kind of contain all of her anger. He just snuggles up to her when she's had a bad day crafting. It's wholesome. Next three. I think this is the final three, actually. But why is it doing that? Oh my gosh. This is Deltania. I was originally going to have her be my first mutant, but the person I love suggested that I paint her as an electric Aisha. And so I decided to base her off of the person I love and my favorite band. So if you can find any similarities with this, then, kudos to you if you can figure it out. But if you can't, that's, oh well, whatever. Loser, derogatory. Just kidding. Anyways, or not anyways, anywho. Yeah, she's kind of a little homage to the person I love in my all-time favorite band. I gave her a Gruslan, but I just named it Tiger just because it's a little inside joke thing, inside reference thing. Like I said, if you know, you know, and you're part of the exclusive club. Hell yeah, you'll get your merit badges in the mail next week. If you don't know, then hey, I mean, fuck around with my channel and find out. Okay, next pet. This. Um, hey, I don't know why the website does this. Anyways, this is Branyan. She was my second pet find when I first created this account, or my pound sign when I created this account, and I just love like catching a glance at Branyan because when I first got her, she was just this depressed little zombie bloomeroo, and she had such a glow up. And every time I look at her happy little dorky ass smile, and I get so just. It warms my heart seeing this one because she literally went from rags to riches. And her backstory is she's like the apple bobbing champion. She's won like all these contests for apple bobbing. That's an Olympic sport. Shut up, I know what I'm talking about. She knows what she's talking about. Don't you dare talk back to the champ. Anyways, she became like this little apping apple bobbling socialite and got all this fame and fortune from it. And it's actually how she found her pet cider. Is she was practicing her apple bobbling and then accidentally bit him, and then he bit her back, and then they became trauma bonded through that painful hysterical experience. But yeah, I love Branyan so much. I think that's how you pronounce it. Branyan or Branyan, I don't know. I love Branyan so much. Like if I another one where it's like if there was a marketable plushie of them, I'd buy it and I'd make the outfit and dress them up like this. I love her so much. She is zombie bloomaroos aren't that fancy, but she is very sophisticated to me. Don't you dare talk smack. She earned her fucking place in the apple bobbling industry. Don't you fucking dare. Next pet. Next pet. Yep, I think this is the last pet. This is Jupitora. She is my fairy Grundo. She is the second pet that I ended up creating on this account. Funny story, funny and wholesome story about how I got her. Basically, how I got her was when I first created her, I was just coming back to the website and I was like, oh, I really loved fairy Grundos back then. My main pets were, when Neopets first started, my main pets were a Mincy, a Grundo, and a fairy Poodle. That's what I started out with when the site first came out, and then obviously I lost that account, not willingly, just forgot about it. It got deleted clearly, ended up remaking, came back to the site, and I was like, I'm gonna try and get a fairy Grundo again. It's just Neopets, it'll be fine. As a noob, it's just Neopets, it'll be fine. It clearly was not fine. Because when I first came back onto the site, I found a cheap fairy paintbrush fairy paintbrush plushie, and I didn't think anything of it at the time when I first saw it. I kind of just stared at it and I was like, oh, it's super cheap. Did they, like, is this like a new color, a new combo color for Neopets? Like fairy, sorry, excuse me? Is this like a new color for Neopets? Like a fairy, plushie combo pet or something? Bought it, went to go use it, it didn't work. I got super fucking upset because I was like, well, where am I supposed to get? What is this? Why do they even have this? What is this? Looked up what an actual price for a fairy paintbrush was. Got even more depressed because it was like, I can't afford that, I was so upset. I was broke. I mean, I still kind of am broke. I'm nowhere near any of the people who have hundreds of millions or like 20 million Neo points. I get by. Anyways, how I ended up getting her though was I posted about it because I was just so confused and I was kind of like bummed and I was just kind of like, man, it sucks. You know, I wasted my points on this and I can't even resell it. I'm just gonna donate it. And some good Samaritan ended up messaging me. I can't remember their name, and I'm so sorry I forgot your name, but if you're out there, you literally made my entire life by doing this. Because, yeah, or, sorry, you made a portion of my entire life by doing this. Like, this is a core memory I will have with me forever. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. Anyways, they were like, oh yeah, the same thing, the exact same thing happened to me once. How you described it happened to me exactly like this. So I'm just gonna give you a fairy paintbrush so you can get your Grundo. And I obviously thanked them a million times. I I was so grateful. I was so thankful. I painted her immediately and then I just started decking her out. She's like my I wish my screen would stop doing that. Um But she is basically my fall Neopet. Um, Her and Brandon are like my fall and Halloween pets. She has an Angel, the Sparky pet just because she is my little angel. I love her. She's the best. She's just. I've always loved fairy Grundos. I ended up finding this one. I actually do have a marketable plushie of in my closet. I keep her stored in there for safekeeping. But she doesn't exactly have any lore to her. It's just she is like they're all my permies. All of them are my permies, but this one is definitely a permie that I will keep with me forever. Saint like her and Banana Split. If anything happened to either of these two pets, I would go on a rampage and lose my shit. That's how much I love those two. And I don't care if they're like not valuable or anything at all. I think if I'm being honest with you, if I lost any of my pets on any like if I lost any of my pets here, I'd lose my shit. But yeah. Here is another run through of all of my pets. There's Banana Split, there's Asparagus Buns, there's Cupid, Taluna, Piaramia, Mumafu, Crimwort, Moonsparkle, Cocoa Latte, Cleverell, Guntu, Elodine, Deltania, Branyan, and Jupitora. Those are all of my Neopets currently. I am planning on getting more. I think I have like two more slots or like one more extra pet slot, and then after that, I have to buy premium to get the four other ones. But trust me, I am getting more, and this Neopets hype train cannot be stopped with me. It's never gonna stop with me, I don't think. Just because I bought all the items for it, I'm super happy. Like I can't wait to actually get some of these customs rolling. It's just so annoying how like the Neopets team is actually trying to fight inflation, but then there are people who just keep purposely trying to inflate it. And I do love the new Neopets team, like what they're doing with the site, how they're revamping everything. But my thing is, it's like, I genuinely hope that they have plans and backup plans on how to combat the people artificially and purposely trying to keep things inflated to holy hell because I am high key impatient to wait for pet days to make pets. And when I feel like I've done everything on Neopets for the day or for the week or whatever, or I've completed a new custom like with Taluna here, I just made her. I planned for her. I just made her. I was so excited when I got done with her, happy to have her. But now it's like I want to do more and I'm just stuck because if I were to buy any morphing potions or any paintbrushes to like create more pets right now, it would just go through all of my Neopoint savings. Thankfully, I have some items in my shop. I do have some stuff I could auction off, but again, I kind of want to save it to see if I could get more later. Um, I just don't know what to do yet. I don't know if I should wait and sell it or if I should just sell it now because that's how I got just a handful of money was from selling my Judora scythe. But obviously that money's kind of dwindling and I'm impatient and I want to create more pets and show them off to the world and love them and cherish them and just keep like it's funny because like in the forum chat the other day I was like, oh, the fairy fest gave me all of my dreamies, so now like as of now I just keep creating more dreamies. I just want to keep making more pets and having more dreamies and permies to my account. Unfortunately, though, like with all the pet slots filled, I might have to make a side account, but I honestly don't want to do that. I might have to. I don't want to do that. I don't know if I'm going to do that. But I did say or tell myself that if I didn't go through with a side account, then I just resell the items that I bought for the pet that just didn't make the cut or the pets that didn't make the cut. I hope I don't have to do that, but you know, it is what it is. Anyways, aside from my little rambling, those are all of my pets. These are all of my babies. If you ever come near my babies, don't talk to me or any of them ever again. And if you want to find out whatever happens with Mumafu and with Coco Latte, then, like I said, fuck around and find out with my channel. Please subscribe or follow me for Neopets content. I'm going to try and exclusively make Neopets content just because I feel like it's such a it's a like it's content content, I guess, is the silly little word jargon I'm going to use for it. It's content content. I love making it. I don't mind putting out a video for everybody, talking about it. Um, that's kind of the gist. I love to continue making Neopets content for everybody. Maybe doing little tips and tricks, or maybe like doing customization tips and tricks. Yeah, those are all of my pets. I hope you had fun listening to me ramble on for however many minutes or hours or, whatever about my pets. I love all of them deeply. I can't wait to show you guys the rest of them when they all get completed or when I get finished with them or get started with them, even. Um, yeah, that's it. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.